Hello, and welcome to today's trending contract, Gamarjobat, set in Sapienza and supplied to us today by Shaco 1610. So with no briefing, we'll move straight on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with a free map. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the ICA safe house. We'll be bringing with us an empty briefcase, a vial of lethal poison, and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, the first thing we're going to do is make our way straight up to Rocco's apartment, and we're going to get ourselves the kitchen assistant outfit, which will get us into and around much of the Caruso villa unmolested. So we're going to drop down once we have the outfit into the courtyard here, throwing our briefcase ahead of us, and we can then make our way through the kitchens and out the other side, and we're going to go and head for the rear garden area where we can deal with the golf coach Mr. Vargas first of all. So we're going to go around the long way through the alfresco dining area and hug the wall past the camera by Francesca's bedroom and bathroom window. We're going to make our way straight to the rear of the property and the pool, and add our lethal poison to the glass of water just by the pool there as Mr. Vargas, the golf coach, makes his way over. We're then going to start making our way up to the observatory roof, where we will encounter a number of propane cylinders. So while we're doing that, Mr. Vargas has sampled his bottle of water, and a new little thing I've noticed since the last update from IO is that any target that falls over, usually from poison, looks rather demented and twisted. So once we get up onto the roof, we are going to require a grand total of 3 propane cylinders, and there just so happens to be 4 in the area, 3 of which are in the attic. So we're going to make our way into the attic and over to the far chimney stack there. Now we will trigger a conversation between the 2 guards once we enter, but that doesn't matter because when we come back, their conversation will have finished and they will be leaving. So we are going to take our first propane cylinder and we are going to run it all the way back down to the ground floor, and we should hopefully encounter a bodyguard in the corridor here. We want to stop him from leaving as quickly as possible, and we will be needing his outfit a little bit later on. It's not strictly necessary just yet, though if you so wish you can put it on now. It will just mean there are enforcers around that wouldn't normally be for the kitchen assistant outfit. So we're just going to deposit him in the closet provided, or the crate provided, in Francesca's bedroom. We're going to retrieve the propane cylinder, make our way around the dining room, and we're going to throw the propane cylinder at our next target's feet. Now I'm going to do it from this angle here, and hopefully we'll get it to land just about right. Now unfortunately, with hindsight, I already know that for some reason, though it looks like it's landed in a pretty favourable position, it has not landed within range of being triggered by the target. So we will have to come back at some point and try that again when the target is not around. So we're going to make our way back to Francesca's room. At this point I am going to don the security guard outfit, and we're going to go back up to the roof, and we are going to retrieve 2 more propane cylinders, and we will then deal with our next 2 targets. So straight back up onto the roof. I'm already thinking, why hasn't the other target gone and blown himself up yet? He has a very short routine, so he should already be reaching for the skies. So I already know at this point we're going to have to go back and re-attempt to throw that propane cylinder a little bit better. So this will slow our run down considerably. So we're going to grab one of the propane cylinders from the roof, deposit it in our briefcase, return to the roof and grab a second, or in this case third, propane cylinder. And we're going to head down off the roof, grab our briefcase, and we're going to make our way along into the main building of the villa via the observatory area. We're going to go around the first floor here to our left, and we will encounter our next target, the young maid we just passed here. There she is, just mopping down that banister. We're going to place one of our propane cylinders on the crate at the halfway point of the hallway, then make our way into Mrs. Caruso's bedroom, and from here we will have a line of sight on that propane cylinder. But you may notice on the minimap there is a dot heading this way, and that dot is a security guard on patrol. So we are going to give him time to make his way past, and also give our target time to make her way from the banister to the crate at the midway point down the hallway. So about now will be ideal. So we're just going to open the door, put 2 bullets into the propane and eliminate our next target, and then we're going to head out back the way we came via Mrs. Caruso's bathroom. We're then going to head down the observatory stairs, and we'll be heading back into the main building, but first I'm going to detour off back to our other target, and we are going to try and reposition the propane cylinder here, and hopefully this time round it is well positioned, and when our target comes out for his next cigarette break he will blow himself up. Now unfortunately that is still going to be some time away. There he is. Because when we detonate this propane cylinder, taking out our next target, the butler, and for some reason the chandelier has dropped there, I've no idea why, we're just going to place the or drop the propane cylinder on the floor behind the butler, and then we're going to quickly make our way into the side room here. As long as the maid isn't watching us, we can then put 2 bullets quickly into that and eliminate the butler. We're then going to hop out of the window and subsequently out of the Caruso villa entirely, and we're going to make our way around to the florists where our final target is located. So once we get here we will need to trigger the conversation between the florist and the cyclist. Now there is a way of interrupting them, and you used to be able to just bump into them and interrupt them completely, but now that doesn't work. As you can see in the background, our other target has just blown himself up, but I did cut out quite a bit of waiting time because he was still in panic mode from the explosion of the butler. But in all of that time the conversation between the cyclist and the florist has played out. Everyone's gone into their final positions, and we can then eliminate the cyclist with a simple bullet to the back of the head and make good our escape in the awaiting Volkswagen Beetle. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and I assure you it's not nearly as difficult as I made it look. So we get confirmation all of our targets have been finally eliminated according to plan. We had no objectives, and that gets us a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.